from you. Hey, folks, tell me how you're doing. How are you doing online? How are you doing at home? We love you there. There we go. All right. All right. Well, we're clapping on the 2 and the 4. This is awesome. We're having a great morning. We have Alex Taite in the house, which is a real treat. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing.
This little light of mine, come on, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. And you all everywhere the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, all around the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yes, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. I said, let it shine, 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 let it
Wow. Wow. All righty. Well, good morning. And welcome to our Unity of Walnut Creek service. My name is Jeremy Branch.
And good morning. My name is Olivia, and welcome to another wonderful Sunday morning service. Today is birthday Sunday, so if your birthday happens to fall in the month of February, please stand so we may recognize you and sing happy birthday. Okay.
Yay! All right.
We also want to greet and bless everybody online today. Your presence really adds to our spiritual community, so thank you for joining us and being with us today.
Please join me in welcoming our special guest musician, Alex Taite. Joined by Tyler on piano. A little later, yay! A little later, he will be joined by Dusty and Dan on drums. Oh, they're here. Thank you, guys. And Lisa is our song leader today. So yay to Lisa. Thank you all for sharing your gifts with us. Alex Taite is an accomplished singer, pianist, educator, conductor, and composer. Yes, all of those. He regularly sings with the San Francisco Opera and other opera companies, and he is also a master in many other musical styles. He has led many choirs and currently leads the local choir Eclectic. I think some of the members are here with us today, so yeah. All right. He teaches private music lessons, and he is finishing a songbook called Deep River. With his own arrangements of traditional Negro spirituals, he will perform from his songbook here at Unity of Walnut Creek in his one-man show next Saturday. There'll be more about that later. Alex will also have a merch table out on the patio after service, so please stop by. All right.
Reverend Kristen will deliver the message today titled Peace, Collapse, and Restoration, which I'm looking forward to. This is a first of 5 in a Peace Builder series.
Before we begin, I invite you to turn off your phones and turn them to silent as we enjoy this sacred service together.
Let's now take a moment to be grateful for the land that our center rests upon. This is Bay Miwok and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bay Miwok and Ohlone people of today and are grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world is, and let's say this together, we envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness.
Our mission is who we have come here to be. And again, let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
We would like to invite our ushers forward with welcome packets. And if you are with us for the first time today, welcome. If you feel comfortable in doing so, please raise your hand so we may give you a welcome packet. Welcome. In addition to information about Unity, this welcome packet includes a $10 coupon, which you can use towards a class or other event here at Unity. So welcome, we're really glad you're here today. We invite you to visit our Welcome Center and our bookstore and cafe across the patio after the service to receive a welcome gift. And we hope that you choose to stay and visit with us today after the service.
Connection cards are available in that newcomer welcome packet and in the seat pockets in front of you. These are for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You may also share feedback or request information, so please place your card in the basket with the offering. For those of you watching online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of the website. We have several activities to highlight this week.
Yes, we do. All right, help us create a community and warm connection by wearing a name tag. You can order your personalized Unity name tag for just $10 after the service on the patio. Membership is not required. If you did order a name tag last month, please be sure to stop by the patio and pick it up. Let's make getting to know each other even easier.
Celebrate Black History Month with your Unity family at our special presentation, Deep River, a one-man show by Alex Taite. Next Saturday, February 7th at 7 p.m., Alex, we're so grateful to have you here today. Would you mind telling us a little bit of what we can expect? And if it's anything like what we just heard, it's going to be amazing.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alex Taite. I'm from Oakland, California, and on Saturday, I will be presenting my one-man show, which is a lecture cabaret that explores the evolution and impact of the Negro spiritual on American culture and society. It is a show full of my own arrangements of this music, and I will interstitch stories and historical context and a few anecdotes as we explore this journey together. So I hope to see you all there on Saturday at 7 p.m. Here on Saturday at 7 p.m. Thank you.
So you can get your tickets at the bookstore, online on our website, or at the door.
All right, grab your bibs and your blessings. Unity's Crab Feed is back. Yeah. Okay, join us for a festive evening on Saturday, February 28th at 6 p.m. at the Pleasant Hill Senior Center. Enjoy a delicious crab dinner with pasta, salad, bread, non-alcoholic beverages, and our famous dessert auction. Tickets are available in the bookstore and online, and volunteer signups are on the patio outside after service. This is a BYOAB, that's a mouthful, event. Bring your own adult beverage, okay? Get cracking and grab your tickets soon. This event sells out every year.
Do you love to sing? Well, then you should lift up your voice and share in the joy of music in the community by joining Unity's choir. Our spring choir session includes 7 weeks of inspiring rehearsals, culminating in a special Easter Sunday performance on April 5th. Rehearsals begin the 3rd week in February and meet on Mondays at 7 p.m. starting on February 16th. Sign up on the patio following the service or email office@unityofwalnutcreek.org to join us. Come be a part of something joyful and heart-opening this spring. Now, as we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath. And let's affirm our statement of faith together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. We begin with a poetry reading by David Peterson, which will be followed by instrumental music, meditation, and silence.
First, I just want to say, I spend a lot of time in Oregon, but I watch all of you online, and it's so neat to see people moving about and doing their things and going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Anyway. I wrote this in 2021, and it's still important now. This is called The Mark That Was Left. Show your face. Say your race. Become huge. Make a mark. Be part of a team. Become the world's firework. Bloom, seen as the event, the ceremony, changing the world. Become birth in this time. Your spirit sifts through this. You are the special force, marking your role, using empathy, cooperation, using power. You are a sign. Your peace is the solution. Inequality is the problem. Love and light and communication are the key. We are the stardust. Seeing no one as strangers, the world as one. Martin Luther King said, "You cannot give up. You're a vital role for black children and young women." Dedicated to Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura of Star Trek.
Allow those notes to resonate throughout your being. And every note carrying peace. Let peace fall through your mind. Every thought settling until there's nothing but light that fills your mind. An empty, receptive space. An illumined chalice to receive divine ideas or simply the experience of peace. Let peace wash through your mind. Let peace move through your body, settling any places of tension or discomfort, relaxing into peace. Paul called this place the peace that passes all understanding. And as we open a door to that kind of peace, we get a little feeling of what he meant. There's nothing to wrap our heads around here, only to receive. To know that peace moves through us with every relaxed breath, every moment we drop our shoulders or softly focus our eyes. Peace comes when we feel free to be ourselves. We don't worry about how we're showing up or being perceived. Peace comes when we drop judgment of ourselves and others. So let us enter into sweet peace, if just this time of meditation, to suspend judgment and busy thought. Surrender into peace. Let your whole being be carried in peace, like an easy float down a river on a summer day. Peace surrounds me. Peace supports me. Peace moves through me and as me. Let's give ourselves over to peace in the silence. Another dose of peace, let it radiate throughout your being. Feel the peace in your feet and your fingers and the tips of your ears, the top of your head. Feel the peace seeping into your shoulders, down your back. And let it radiate out from here to the places that are most on your heart right now, to the people that you are holding in prayer. Let it radiate out to the families that have lost dear ones recently at the hands of our own government. Let it reach beyond to the countries that have fallen off the headlines but still struggle. Gaza and Ukraine, Sudan among them. Let it go to any place where there is someone quietly suffering and could use a little warmth, a blessing of peace, a reminder of hope and faith, a sharing of this peace that you have just now tasted. And just like a delicious treat, we always want to share. Share that peace. Share it with friends and with so-called foes. Share it with people you think believe differently than you, the people who you think contribute to the problems. Send that peace, genuine peace, to their hearts. This is how we shift. This is how we restore peace. You are a peace builder, and it truly does begin in your own heart and mind. So just as you have sent out all those blessings, gather them up again and breathe them into your heart. Restore your being in peace. And prepare to walk this earth a more peaceful being, creating harmony wherever you go. And so it is.
stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Well, if you weren't very awake when you came, if you didn't recognize that, that's the Black National Anthem. True to our God, true to our native land. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. Whew. Very appropriate for Black History Month. Very appropriate for this moment in our history. Yes? Yeah. So today we're going to start a Peace Builder series because it just seemed like a good idea to be building peace right now. And it just randomly ends up being 5 parts, but I just remembered that 5 is the word for change. So we are shifting energy together as we step into this idea that we are peace builders. Now, you might be thinking, I don't know, I'm not really a peace builder. And I would have thought, like, we're really good at Unity at a lot of things, but I wouldn't have thought, like, somebody would have said, oh, now that congregation, they're peace builders. But somebody did. The Interfaith Council of Contra Costa County last year awarded us the recognition of being the peace-building community of the year. Yeah, we got a little plaque. A little plaque. And when we received it, it was kind of like, wow, and what did we do? Well, we hosted the Interfaith Harmony Week event, and we hosted the Pride event, and we do interfaith care work. Jeremy is the leader of that group, and we partner with Christ the King and make meal kits for the unhoused 4 times a year. And so we do some stuff. So we can lean into this, we can receive, right? And I was talking to somebody about this who's received a few awards, and I said, it was great, and it was a surprise. He said, oh, you probably don't know that you don't receive awards so much for what you've done, but what you will do. And I love that because it's so inspiring, isn't it? It's a calling forth. It's a recognition that, wow, we could step into this that someone saw in us. Have you ever had somebody see something in you, name something in you, and you thought, wow, I hadn't thought about myself in that way, but suddenly you step into it? When we went around the table at the Board of Trustees orientation a week ago, several people said, wow, somebody saw something in me and asked me to serve on this board. And you could tell there was kind of a stepping up, a stepping into something because somebody recognized something. And so as we recognize in one another that we are all peace builders, we become that which somebody at the Interfaith Council saw in us. And that's a great honor because interfaith matters to us too on this path, right? Interspirituality, because we are all about that idea of inclusivity, that we are in this together, that we are walking side by side, that we are lifting up peace in our world, even in the face of tremendous heartbreak and difficulty. So today we're going to explore some pathways to peace and some of the things that are before us and how we really step into this idea of peace building. And first I want to say there are lots of ways that we talk about peace. We talk about people being committed to peace. Sometimes we call them peacekeepers. Sometimes we call them peacemakers. Sometimes we call them peace builders. But there are actually some differences between those different ways of being. A peacekeeper is somebody who keeps the peace, right? And sometimes that can be pretty passive. In fact, it can actually not be very constructive. Because if you say, well, I'm just going to keep the peace and I'm not going to speak up about something, right? Then it can fester and you can actually create even less peace and more conflict. So we don't want to be peacekeepers in the sense of being conflict avoiders, right? That doesn't allow us to really be contributing in any valuable way to peace. Yet there are times it is appropriate maybe to stay silent in this moment about something, and we trust that there are times to keep peace, right? There are times that it's appropriate, and we have to recognize when we might be hiding behind this idea of keeping peace, which isn't actually about that at all. Now, peacemakers on the other end of the spectrum are very active folks. These are the ones who are willing to take more risks, people that are on maybe the front lines of activism, people that will even put their life on the line for the cause of peace, right? We're seeing that more and more. And to our great shock and surprise, they are actually people losing their lives for peacefully protesting. Let's take a big breath together, yeah? Because here's the thing, the stuff happens out there in the world and we see it on our devices and we're alone or we're with our family members or we're in those kinds of environments. But when we bring it into a spiritual environment, something different happens. When we say the stuff that is happening out there, not that we're going to ignore it, not that we're pushing it away, because that certainly doesn't help, right, when it's right in our face. But if we instead bring it in, it is a way of saying, I bring that which is broken into a healing space. I bring that which is ailing into a place of wholeness, into a space of love, into a radiant experience of light, into peace. And it's easier, I think, for us, it's easier for me, I'll speak for myself, when I'm in this group with all of you, because I know that there is a sense of power in that experience of knowing that we care about this country, about this world, about these experiences of peace and equality and kindness, and that is our intention. And so when we are together with one another, there is something different that happens. And so bringing it in isn't to say, oh my gosh, I went to church on Sunday and she talked more about the stuff that I'm trying to put aside, right? But it's kind of, I've referenced this practice recently, the Buddhist practice of Tonglen, where you actually bring the pain of the world into your own heart. And it sounds like a really, maybe a little bit scary practice for some of us. But the idea is that you are in this space of centering. You are in this place of being grounded in your spiritual power before you do this. And then when you bring it in, it's that transformative power that says anything can be transformed here. There's an image of Jesus that's sort of seared in my mind of when I was in Assisi, Italy, and it's that Sacred Heart. It was one of those images of the Sacred Heart, and I just felt like he was talking to me in a way, saying, he was kind of telling his story, but he was saying you can't touch this. I mean, he was wearing it was one of those very Catholic images, right? He has the thorny crowns and the blood's coming down. It's very graphic. And yet there is this sense of this is the untouchable place of light and love and peace and joy. And so when I bring the pain of the world into that place, it gets transformed. So in a way, this is the journey, I think, of peace builders. I was talking about peacemakers and peacekeepers and the differences. And so that peacemaker will act, that peacemaker might act spontaneously and then see what happens. Or they'll decide what they need to do and then take action, right? So that's making peace in the moment. The people who are at the negotiation table, the people that are in the mix on the street, in the difficult times, in the midst of a challenge, that are acting in that place. And then there's the peace builder who is in it for the long haul. The peace builder is the one who says, I'm building relationships, I'm building partnerships, I'm building inner and outer resources up. I'm walking the long path with the alignment of values. I'm committed to peace education and to inner peace. And that builder-focused kind of way is a way that says there can be peace now, but it's really about what we are restoring or what we are making so for ourselves and our children and our children's children and so on. It's kind of like the ideals of this country that I think our founders held was an idea of peace building. It was an idea that we will set these ideals, and some of them even, came clean on, I'm not even walking this talk. I mean, having slaves and talking about equality, like how do we, make that clear in our own minds, So there's a sense of, I remember Thomas Jefferson in particular said this, that he held an ideal that he himself was not fully stepping into. And so there's this sense of, it doesn't excuse it, but there's a sense of evolution and a recognition that we are in a constant space of evolution, especially when we are on the spiritual path. We are very consciously in a space of spiritual evolution, and just as the ideals of an organization or a country have that sort of like early birthing affirmation, there is a constant opportunity for us to step in bigger and wider and more expansively and more of us together and say we're turning that tide. We're moving more toward the realization of that affirmation, to the idea of, as Charles Fillmore would say, you cast it out in faith and then reality eventually catches up and science proves it, right? And so that's our work. As spiritual citizens, we have a very specific role to play. Besides being peace builders, we have a specific role to play, and that is to keep casting the vision and sitting in the vision and holding the vision and restoring ourselves in the vision, and as peace builders, getting in the muck as well, right? So it's not to push that away. It's not to say, ignoring things does not make them go away. In fact, it makes it louder. And so we're not about ignoring. We're about calling what is, and doing the work to stay the course, centered, and to meet what comes our way. And sometimes not just meet what comes our way, but to go out and meet it, right? And all of us have to follow our own hearts to know what that is for each of us. What actions do we need to take now in order to build lasting peace for all of us? Have you been following the Buddhist monks that are walking for peace? Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? There they are, charging forward, snow behind them. They're walking 2,300 miles from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C. for peace. This is day 99. And they have their peace dog with them, Aloka, as well. Their peace dog apparently walked with them on a peace walk in India and is now on his second round in the U.S. And this is arduous, as you could imagine. They have walked through temperatures ranging from 21 degrees Fahrenheit to 98 degrees Fahrenheit, through sleet and snow and ice and unbearable heat, or seemingly unbearable heat. And they have endured injuries. There was a traffic accident and somebody had to have a leg amputation. The dog had surgery recently. And onward they go, and onward they go, and onward they go. Just like you and me. through the difficult places in our lives and the collectively difficult places, onward we go. And along the way, they can be met with lots of different things. Somebody can exchange flowers with them. A lot of people are bowing and namastes and just really beautiful, reverent spaces, like the woman here on the side, who's obviously very emotionally moved as she's greeting them. And there's lots of gratitude that they're being met with. And they've also been met with hate. Can you believe it? People spewing hate at them about their religion. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine how much hate can be in somebody's heart for themselves to turn that outward in such a way, right? And so that's what's really important for us to remember in these times. Let's not get into the divisiveness, or let's stop when we're in it and move to that place of compassion that says, can you imagine living in that person's heart or in that person's mind? How much pain there must be, how much confusion there must be about who they are as a human being, let alone a divine being. So the more we can pour in to ourselves and to each other compassion and peace and restoration, the easier it is for us to make the shift together. So those monks, as much as they've been through challenge, they've also experienced so much grace, so much love and reverence and connection and fulfillment for doing this which they set out to do. People building little fires along the way so they can stop and warm their hands, and just very sweet things that have happened in the exchanges along the way. If you look at some of the pictures online, you'll see a lot of children interacting with the monks, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. So for us to focus on, yes, the reality of difficult things that are going on in the world and not look away from that, but also look to the good and raise up the good and amplify the good that you are doing and that people around you are doing and that groups are doing, like these monks. It's all part of peace building. So we as peace builders will experience, just like those monks, times of challenge. And we also will experience on our journey times of great reverence and connection and gratitude and inspiration and sweet surprises along the way. And isn't that the journey of life? Isn't that what we essentially, when we came into these physical bodies as spiritual beings, we didn't know, maybe we did know, but I don't remember exactly what I signed up for. I don't know if you do. I have some vague ideas along the way. I've gotten some crumbs on the pathway. But, we don't always come in with that complete knowing. But there is an ever-evolving recognition that I'm walking the path that feels true to my heart. And that's what a peace builder does. We're building peace, maybe one relationship at a time, one moment at a time, one opportunity at a time, but we're taking those opportunities to do so. So when life doesn't feel so peaceful, when people are behaving badly, when they're using violence and hatred and fear and intimidation and cruelty and dishonesty, which unfortunately are becoming sort of like the words of the day, right? These are just sort of let's not let it be normalized. Even as much effort as there's being made to normalize it, let's not let it be our vocabulary that we carry. A recognition, yes, that it's going on, but also a recognition that that's not my vocabulary. That's not the place I dwell in mind and spirit, because I won't help if I do. But sometimes we still have to walk into those darker spaces. Laura Bleeden Maffei, I think is how, Maffei is a local artist and a spiritual teacher. And Eileen, I don't know if Eileen's here. Eileen Hausfeld introduced me to her. There she is. Eileen introduced me to a lot of stuff we're going to talk about today. Thank you, Eileen. But Laurel made this artwork, and it was to reflect the idea, the way she talked about it is essentially two parallel timelines. That there's a timeline on the left called collapse, and there's a timeline on the right called restoration. you can see it's also a pathway. And so you can see the signpost on the timeline or the pathway of collapse are things like crisis, chaos, scarcity, fear, division, breakdown. And then over on the path of restoration, this is one that we know well in Unity, things that we talk about and dwell in a lot, saying about healing, unity, community, abundance, peace, renewal. The thing is, we can't ignore that the path of collapse is also present. And so as much as we dwell in the place of restoration, if we only dwell in the place of restoration and we try to turn a blind eye to that other path, we also don't do ourselves or each other a service. So how do we interact with this? How do we recognize that there are these two things? How do we say, I'm going to actually spend some time confronting or being with both these places? Because most of us look at that path of collapse and we go, I'm not walking down there, right? That just looks plain scary. I'm not going there. And yet, it's in front of us, right? It's here. It's like anything that happens in your life personally, when it gets to that place where it's just, maybe there's a diagnosis and there's sort of that liminal space of time where you're not quite sure which direction we're going to go here. And then you get to the point where it's like the big C word comes, and then suddenly now you're going to have chemotherapy treatment. Some of you have been down this road, right? And you're at that place. It's like, I feel like I'm on the pathway to collapse. I can't just ignore it. It's not going to make it go away. I have fear. I feel like I'm in this, whatever, all the things that come up, right? So we want to be aware that both things are happening, both pathways. And right now, in a collective way, they're very much in our face. They're very much happening. And so what is that collapse that is possibly here for us? Well, some of us might say it looks like at least an attempt to collapse democracy. And when we look at what democracy is about, it's like unity principles and democracy, they really go together, right? Justice, equality, oneness, we're all in this together. We're about lifting each other up, the pursuit of happiness, abundance, prosperity, consciousness for ourselves and for the many generations to come, all of that. We the people, how far will it go? We don't know, but there are things we can do as peace builders to change the course. We the people long ago affirmed that we were forming a more perfect union to establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, promote general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty for this generation and the generations to come. That's what we're about. That's what we're founded in. That's the essence of who we are. And when we see something other than that evolution toward the realization of the fullness of that, we can say that's un-American. In truth, it's right here in the preamble of the U.S. Constitution. It's the framers, the founders. It's the idealistic vision of moving away from religious persecution into a kind of freedom and a new society, and then we bring in some other kind of persecution. You name it, right? We can name them all. I'm not interested in naming them right now. But let's recognize that where we are now, collectively and maybe individually, maybe you're individually up against something very difficult right now, which might, or personally in your personal life, might actually be taking more of your space, more of your focus. So I don't mean to be just talking about the collective, because if that's where you are, that's where your focus needs to be. But whatever it is, you might be standing a bit in that collapse area and on that difficult path right now, right? And so what we want to be able to do is move between the two paths, to recognize that it's not that I'm not going to step over there on that collapse path, because guess what? It's here, so no avoiding it, really. But it's just a path. It doesn't mean we are in collapse, right? We don't have to like go there, but we can go to, yeah, it's not looking really great right over here. It doesn't feel real good right over here right now, But I have to visit it. I have to go there. I have to be willing to look and to put myself in it and to feel and to allow and to talk about to a degree because it's real. It's happening. It's not real, ultimately spiritually real, but it's real in the relative realm. And we also, as human beings, are living in this physical relative realm. It's what Jesus meant when he said, I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. He's saying, like, I live in the place of restoration. I live in a place of light and love and peace and that kind of energy. That's where I dwell. That's where I'm from. That's what I'm of. But I'm in the world right now because I'm in a physical body. And so I'm not going to say I'm stepping out of that because there's no stepping out of that. So instead of just trying to move around it, let's just step in it. And go, whoa, what is going on over here? This is not okay, folks. Like somebody's just got to like call it and speak it. And more of us doing that, more and more of us doing that, stepping over from a restoration path and saying, this is not the kind of pathway, the kind of experience, the kind of lifetime, the kind of treatment of humanity that I signed up for. I came in to bring light. I came in to build peace. I came in to myself experience harmony in this physical body, in this experience. And so to say yes to peace building says, I will also walk this other path, not to live there, not to dwell there. I'll visit. Let's say, I'll visit over here. I'm going to visit that path sometimes. And when I visit, I'm going to bring some of the good over there. And then I'm going to also bring some of the icky stuff over to the place of restoration so that it can heal, so that compassion and love and whatever balms we put on it can heal over here. And pretty soon, you know what happens? That depiction that Laurel has, that artistic depiction, that ground that looks like it's been in drought forever and darkness, it starts to lighten up. It starts to heal itself. The earth itself starts to heal in the presence of love and light and peace and everything that we have to bring it. I go places I didn't intend to go, and then I'm not sure where we are. That's okay. Spirit's just taking us places. So years ago, I had an acquaintance that shared a dream with me that she had. And in the dream, it was obviously really significant for her. She was in a dark cave, and she felt very scared. And she was with a group of people. And so she turned on a flashlight, and she began to lead the people through the dark cave. And as she's telling me this dream, she's crying. And I asked her, what was touching her? And she said, it's like, I just know this is what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I don't know exactly what that means, but I know I'm supposed to shine the light in the dark place and lead people through those passages, those times, those places. Do you ever feel like that? Yeah. I want to invite us to take on that dream ourselves. Maybe close your eyes if you wish. And just imagine for a moment it's your dream, that you're the one that feels like you're in a dark place with others, and that you realize that you have a flashlight and you turn it on. And what is that light that you turn on? This is a time to focus on our strengths. And so I want to invite you to just inside of yourself right now, name one strength that you have that feels like your biggest strength, your most timely strength. Yeah, and you don't necessarily have to overthink it. Just let it arise in your heart. And after you've named that strength, consider how you will focus on it. Like, could you hone this or sharpen this skill? this strength? Is there something that you could do that would help you hone this skill a little more? Imagine that this is the single best way you can shine your light right now using this particular strength. It is your flashlight through the dark. How will you apply this strength at times when you find yourself standing on the pathway of collapse? And how does shining your light help others through the dark spaces? Take a look around in your mind's eye to those who are with you. Who are you helping through the darker passageways of time? We all have something to contribute. And helping us hone in on one thing right now, I think simplifies for us what we can amplify and bring into the world. So when you're ready, I just invite you to come back into this space, maybe saying your strength one more time inside your own heart. And if anybody wants to name their strength out loud, just go ahead and name it if it feels empowering to you.
Creativity with gusto.
Recognition, possibility,
Positivity.
seeing within,
Vulnerability.
Protection.
presence. I trust the power of love.
Now, while we're still in this meditative space, I just invite you, just as you've heard this sort of popcorn style of people naming things, imagine we open up these doors and the whole world, the whole sea of humanity is outside. And we're all together now. We move outside and we're all together. The whole sea of humanity, the 8 billion or however many of us there are. And everybody is speaking their gift, their strength, their focus right now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine how powerful? If we stay on purpose, because nobody is immune to God's call. All of us are called higher, to be something, to embody something, to bring forth something. And right now, if we harness the moment and say, this is who I am now, this is what I'm stepping into, this is how I'm going to allow my boat to be guided through the river or down the pathway, whichever pathway I'm on at any given time. It's this that I'm bringing forth. It's this skill that I'm honing, that I'm sharpening, that I'm allowing to rise up within me, that I'm getting out of the way, my small self, so that divine self can come up and the magnificence and the brilliance and the radiance of that which you have just named in your heart or out loud, and all of humanity has just named. It's allowing us to allow the true self of who we are to come forth, and it's a recognition of the beauty of the diversity, Did you hear all the diverse things that were spoken in the room just now? And you realize none of us are, even if we have the same gift or the same strength, we're not going to do it the same way. And so you are needed. You are needed. The world needs you to step in, to step up. And that dance on the two paths doesn't mean you're always, pushing or putting yourself in challenging situations. It doesn't mean we have to hang out and collapse. It's just a recognition that there are times we're going to be stepping over there, that it's going to be right in front of us. And we're going to keep moving over to restoration to refill our cup, right? To practice, to keep our practices up. Our spiritual practices are maybe more important now than ever, because it's just that sense of being buoyed and being grounded. It just allows us to see things in a different way, to not get so mired in the muck, but to recognize the muck is there. And it's like, oh, yep, there's the muck. And, sometimes I'm going to step in the muck, but then I know where to go. I know how to go. I know where to get refilled again and what refills my cup. And whatever it is for you, do more of that. Commit yourself to that more fully, because we need people that are plugged in. We need people that are centered. We need people that can see from that higher ground but aren't afraid to look laterally at what's going on and call it out. Both are needed, right, on this journey. And it's taking all that we have, all the skill that we have, all the muster that we have. But the togetherness is so important. The power of togetherness, of supporting one another, of recognizing our individual gifts and then calling them to each other, recognizing them for each other, affirming them for each other, makes us stronger. We are so much stronger in our diversity if we can celebrate it and recognize it. And for those who are so afraid of that, let us feel compassion and let us call them out in truth and stop the madness, stop the cruelty, stop the violence, stop the un-American behavior. So there's a few things we can do. One is, like I just said, restoring ourselves in our spiritual practice. Another is to join in the silent moment. This is another, thank you, Eileen. I got from Eileen, she invited me and some others to join the silent moment. Do you know about this? The silent moment for peace is at 6 p.m. every evening, Pacific time. And it has some really interesting history. So there was a silent moment for peace that happened at 9 o'clock every night during World War II. It was about 1940 in particular, when London was being blitzed with Hitler's army's bombs, just constant bombing. And there was a gentleman who was an intelligence officer, who also some people call a mystic, named Tudor Pole. And Tudor said, let's band together and have a moment of silence. And because he believed in consciousness, he believed in spiritual consciousness, that when you join together with the idea of peace in mind, or whatever you're holding in mind, healing, whatever it is, that the multitudes doing that at the same time can shift the reality and the experience. And this caught on like wildfire all over Britain. British citizens everywhere were doing this, including King George VI and Winston Churchill, the Prime Minister. Everybody was holding that 1 minute of peace. And so this has been brought back to us, we think through Marianne Williamson has just presenced it again, to say, let's do this. Let's hold that minute of peace. In whatever ways you do, meditation, prayer, just silence, just imagining peace, affirming peace. If there's somebody around you at 6 o'clock, invite them to join you in a moment of peace. Tell them about the moment of peace. Tell them about the history of what happened, because there were German officers after that experience that said they thought that the national practice of the Brits holding this silent moment of peace actually contributed to the outcome of the war, the positive outcome. So I believe that we've got everything we need. And there are moments when you might be alone in your own space with your own TV or your own phone thinking, I feel helpless and alone. You're not. So if you go there, remind yourself, I am not alone. Think about some of the things you heard in this room. Think about some of the things you experienced in this room this morning. Think about when Alex sings. Think about when Alex sings the Black national anthem, what that stands on, what it stands for, what people have been through. People who have been through unbelievable collapse, still walking the path of restoration, still singing peace and harmony and standing up in my country, in my place, allowing God to sing through me. Resilience, right? Resilience beyond belief. That's a part of the American experience. That's a part of the American dream. That's what we celebrate during Black History Month. And I know there are many Americans in many different ways that have suffered many different things, all kinds of groups. I just don't want to name them all right now. But we know this, right? And you yourself have probably experienced all kinds of things on your walk in life. And yet you can stand in a place and say, this is my country and this is my path, and I'm still contributing with my song, with my dance, with my movement, with my creativity, I heard a bunch of different things out there, right? With my voice, with my sense of truth, with love. Stand in your strength, shine your strength. The world needs you. Our country needs you. The people around you need you. You need you, right? So let's do it together. Let's move together. And when we do our practices, let's make sure we include everyone. Let's not be part of the problem that contributes to the collapse. Remember, one of the signposts was division. And so every time you say, oh, those people who voted that way, and you separate out, you contribute to the problem. Stop contributing to the problem. We are one humanity. We are about oneness. We are about equality. If somebody has lost their way, give them compassion. Give them kindness. Send them peace, because we all want peace. We all want harmony. We all want kindness. We all want our children to have opportunity. We all want the earth to thrive. We all want earth to go on. We all want America to live into its ideals. We want to live into our ideals. We want to spiritually evolve. Do we not? Yes, that's who we are. That's who we are. So let's affirm together with courage and consciousness that we are moving through these two paths, and we are meeting what's here, and we have each other. Remember that you have each other. You are not alone. And we have, of course, the Spirit within and all around. Let's speak this together, and let's really lean into it this week. Together, I am a peace builder, courageously visiting collapse while consciously living in peaceful restoration. And so it is. And thanks to everyone online.
Thank you, Kristen. What a timely and powerful message, and I cannot wait to see how this builds over the next 5 weeks. And I just feel like you always speak right to whatever concern I have on my heart. Anybody else feel that way?
Yeah,
Yes.
oh yeah.
And it's just a testament to how connected we are, and let us not forget like the power that we have when we band together. And I think now more than ever, we have to all know what our individual notes are so we can play them together and just become a symphony of peace. So thank you.
Okay. Our prayer chaplains are available after this service to provide personal prayer support. If you are a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the purple stoles.
Whether you have a joy or a concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Okay. Now let's get ready or open our hearts to the practice of giving. Woo! All right. I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
And for your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community, shown on the screen in front of you. And for those of you watching online, there is a donate button on the Watch Live page. We encourage everyone to set up regular bill and automatic payments through your bank's free bill pay service. And we want to let go and let it flow, which is the appropriate name of our Board of Trustees Auto Giving Campaign. So our goal is to enroll 26 new Unity participants in 2026. So you can see Lola or Jen on the patio outside and sign up and receive a free gift just for you.
Okay. I invite you to take that tithe or offering in your hand and your heart and repeat our affirmation together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
God's gonna trouble the water. Follow me down to the Jordan stream. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. said God's gonna trouble. God's gonna trouble the One quick announcement. I'm here with my lovely wife who will be out there at the merch table in the back on the patio. Please go say hi to her. Sign up for a newsletter. You can get more information about the show. You can get merch that I have available. So I'll meet you out there. If you don't see me, I'll be in here, or you can meet my wife out there. Thank you so much.
And that's to you, who you're going to be seeing. And as you go across the patio, you'll be moving through the troubled waters. Look out. Trouble in good trouble, right? That's good trouble. Spirit, wow, wow, wow. We give thanks. We give thanks for the collective spirit that we bring into this space where magic happens, where we infill and connect and remind ourselves of who we are and what we're truly about, so that we can go out into the world and spread truly the joy, the peace, the goodness. And as we hold these gifts here, we know that we also have the power to bless the good, to multiply the good. And so let it be so through the energy in your own hands, in your own mind, in your own heart, as we speak this blessing together. We give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. So it is.
Thank you so much. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Happy Sunday.
Great to see you. Who's going to share for us? Miss Lily, you want to share what we did today?
So Michelle, she played the drum, and she she told us a little story about a blue bear. She has these dreams, and like, what? Hi. The dreams, they're like there was this little town, and she just had all the dreams, and I don't know what to say.
That's perfect.
Yeah. That's good. Who do I pass?
Yeah, so we were talking about today's actually the halfway point between winter and spring. Yeah, so winter is waning and spring is approaching, but we don't want to be in a big hurry for that, right? And although it's gorgeous out today, we want to soak up this winter energy, and it's a time for rest. It's a time to dream. It's a time to process and to integrate, right? And so we were just talking about our dreams, and we were talking about big blue bears and all the animals that hibernate, and just feeling into this winter energy before it dissipates and turns into something else, right? So, yeah. Thank you.
Sounds like the path of restoration. All right, so you all were together in one group.
No, we're separate. But
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Well, let's bless our youth, our teachers, and our children together. Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you.
All right. Please rise in body or spirit to join us in singing our closing song. You can put your hands on your heart, or you can reach out to see if your neighbor likes to hold hands. Here we go. All good, holy, holy. All good, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is good, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All love, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is love, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is one, holy, holy. All in my mind, in my heart and my soul. Now I know all is one, holy, holy.
You are the peace and the peace builder on earth right now. So let your light shine. Have fun and spread joy.